Happy Tuesday in my world. Happy whenever you'll see this in your world, okay? Bienvenidos a mi canal. Welcome back to my channel if you know me. Thank you so much for coming back to see it, girl. I appreciate you. If you do not recognize this face right here, my bad. My name's Latrice. Nice to meet you. How you doing? And this right here is Faith by Latrice. Yes. Where faith is the muscle we exercise around here. Now let's get on into it. No dilly-dallying, y'all. Listen. I hope you guys are well. I hope you're well. I hope you're rested. I hope you have eaten something because nourishment. Let's jump right on in. So I'm listening to this short clip, this video on my way driving this morning, and it is Pastor Darius Daniels. Yes, PD, what's up? And the video was something about your purpose, right? Having clarity on your purpose. Boom. So I can't remember the entire sermon that he preached it from. However, in there, he had a topic of GPS, right? The G standard for goals. The P was purpose. The S, I don't remember what it was, to be honest. But let's go back to the G real quick. He was saying with G, you have to have goals, right? So, paraphrase. But basically, to accomplish your vision, it's accomplished in increments of getting your goals done, right? So accomplishing your goals in increments to be able to accomplish the entire vision, to see the vision come to pass in your life. You have to do it in increments. And I was like, ooh, that's actually some good stuff to be reminded of, because here I am. I have this big old vision. I'm just like, how am I gonna get there? You accomplish goals in increments. Boom. So we're saying not just having, because a lot of people talk about what kind of goal do you want to have financially? What do you want to have in your career? How much do you want to make? Which is important, which is cool. He said, I have goals for my emotional health. And never mind where there's a clip. If you're distracted by the clip, don't worry about it. He was like, I have emotional goals. I have relational goals. He met with his wife, right? So he was saying, but pertaining to emotional goals, he was like, how do I want to feel? Like, I want to feel happy. He said, feeling happy oftentimes felt like the exception and not the rule. He's like, I want that to be the rule in my life. I was like, oh my God, I feel you. And he was saying, there's a thing where like we often think if we just work on one area of our life, everything's going to be great. If I just work harder at work, if I just get this job or this career that I want, right, and make more money or be happy in my career, in that aspect, in the workplace, everything else in my life is just going to fall into place. I'm just going to be happier. And what happens when you do that, when you get that, when you reach that goal, you find out that's not the case, right? He said, basically, like, it doesn't matter how big a budget a person has, right? If they are not able to manage their impulses, their triggers emotionally in their life, they will not be able to manage that budget. So what is that saying? That's saying that your emotions, how you are emotionally in your life, how you are currently in your emotions, is going to affect your workplace, your spending habits, your budget, your everything else, right? Your spirituality. He said the idea that you can fix one area in your life without fixing the other areas that impact that area is a myth. And I'm like, okay, let me not just go by what PD is saying, right? Let me go from a real experience. So there's something in the Bible that says there is one body but many members, right? It's talking about the body of Christ, right? As believers around the world, okay? If you're a Christian, if you're a believer, that's what I'm talking about. I know it sounds a little Christianese, but it's talking about each individual person is many members, right? As in the metaphor of having your body. You have many members to your one. You have one body, but you have many members, meaning you have many body parts that function differently, but they all need each other. So to prove this point that you can't just fix one area and everything else is fixed, say if you break your arm, you still got your whole body, right? But if you break your arm, that is greatly going to affect how you go day to day. And especially if it's the one that you use all the time. If you right-handed or whatever, and you use mostly your right arm, right? That is where most of your strength is. How you going to be writing, using pencils and pens? How you going to count? How you going to count money, whatever? How are you going to drive? How are you going to open doors? You're going to find out that living your day-to-day life with this disability is going to greatly affect you. If you play a sport, one of the greatest basketball players in the world, Kobe Bryant, rest his soul, he broke a finger, right? He broke a thumb or something. If you ask any ball player what it feels like, how their game is affected, if their game is affected, if they break a finger, they're going to tell you, yes, it impacts the way I shoot. It impacts the way I move. one thing in your life is going to affect the rest of it, right? Because I'm avoiding what I really want to say. I'm finally reading this book, right? It's called It's Okay That You're Not Okay, right? It's talking about dealing with grief, specifically the loss, the death of someone that you love. And I'm like, oftentimes, like I have realized and seen over time that I've been, you know, going here, doing this work, doing this project, doing this program, blah, blah, blah. I'm thinking like, oh yeah, I'm good. But I find out now I still come back to this place. I was like, ugh, right? I don't really know what it is. But I do know what it is because I never dealt with the grief that is now 8 years pending. 8 years pending worth of grief that I never dealt with, never talked to, never told nobody, right? Most people don't see me sad. Most people don't see me unhappy. They don't see that part when I leave the house. But when I'm at the house, it's a whole different story. Point is, that part alone is affecting the rest of me. I never dealt with it, so it's still affecting me. That's it. I hope you take something from this. El tema de hoy, everything is connected. That's it. Si nadie te ha dicho hoy, esta día que te estoy hablando a ti mismo. If nobody has told you today, yes, you. I love you. Because listen, life be life, but guess what? We are going to prosper regardless. Bye.